Good morning. Welcome back to the Dev Mentor Dave channel here on YouTube and on Twitch, streaming live on both places. Hopefully, it's looking okay in both places. Obviously, I love the Twitch streaming platform a little bit better than I do the YouTube side, but we have more people on YouTube, so and I want to try to make sure we keep getting content there. So that's why we're streaming to both places. Down below, you can see Ming's already chimed in and said welcome to youthful Grandpa Dave. Hey, there we go. Nice. I'm pulling back a little bit now. I'm no longer the old Grandpa Dave. I'm now the youthful Grandpa Dave. Is that because of the haircut? I don't know. We'll see. Welcome, Dan. Good to see you. Jumping in live on the Twitch side. I don't have one of these days I'm going to work on something and get everything pulled in. Maybe I just need to use one of those streaming platforms. I don't know. So I can get all the chats from everybody. I'm not willing to pay for a streaming platform at the moment, so you guys are you're getting the cheap side. You're getting the cheap side of Grandpa Dave. So maybe do I just need to change the channel to Grandpa Dave? Is that what needs to happen since we're delving into Grandpa Dave quite a bit? You just need a tank top now. Every time you're late, show me 100 push-ups. Yeah, I actually, this is really, really sad, but I actually got down and attempted a push-up this morning, and it did not go well. So we're gonna have to work on that. I don't know that I'm ever gonna get to 100 push-ups at a time, but I definitely need to work on my my physique for sure. Absolutely. So there's that. 200. Come on, man. Ah, you're literally trying to kill me. I think you're literally trying to kill me. So, welcome back, Dan. Just got back from Elixir conference in the U.S. It was a great time. Where was the Elixir conference? That's one thing I've never really even looked at is Elixir, and I think that's something about being a developer you have to keep in mind. At some point in your career, you're going to have to kind of make a choice, and maybe multiple times in your career, you'll have to make a choice on what I'm going to focus on now. When I was let go from the first job that I ever got, outside of working for my brother, I specifically chose the next place that I worked at based on the things that I wanted to learn, right? And that was front end frameworks, JavaScript frameworks. So I learned Angular and I learned Vue while I was there. So sometimes you're gonna have to make a choice, and Elixir was never one of those choices for me. I know very, very little about Elixir. So Orlando, okay, nice. There are dozens of us. That's awesome. So not a large conference, I guess. Oh, that's awesome. You're just missing React now. I don't miss React at all, actually. No, React is fine. I do find myself, because I've been doing React more recently, I find myself starting to think from a template, not a template, but a component structure standpoint, a little bit more like React. Then all of a sudden, I like get shivers down my spine and realize how horrible that is. So I stopped doing it, and I go look up what I'm supposed to be doing in Vue. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen a ton because I don't get to spend a lot of time actually writing code, which is one of the reasons why we do some code writing here on the Saturday version of the Dev Mentor Dave channel. 2 hours of you getting to mock me and how poorly I write code because I don't get to do it every day anymore, and how much I lean on AI to help me out. So there you go. 300 people there. Bad at guessing group sizes. Yeah, so Laracon a few weeks ago, I think they said they had like over 1,000 people. My guesstimation was probably more like 800, but again, maybe I'm just really bad at guessing, and who knows who all they counted. If they counted vendors, of course, a lot of vendors have people that are going to the actual like not meetings, what are they called? Presentations and things like that. So I don't know. It's hard to know. It's hard to know what really, how big they really are. I can't. I'm not good at judging. The thing that I do is I try to count. So we went up in the balcony area when we were at Laricon, and because this facility had a had a main floor and then a balcony kind of wrap around. And so I went up in the balcony and I counted the chairs in one row, counted the number of rows, and I think it was like 20 chairs by like 15 rows, which would be like 300 per section. And so then I was like 300, and then 300 is like 600, and then I just kind of guesstimated number of people in the balcony because the balcony wasn't very full, but neither was the floor, right? So depending, like I had to do the counting. I should have done the counting based off of the main event. Excuse me, the main events that everybody went to. But I don't. So I'm guessing around 8, maybe 900. I don't know. It doesn't seem like that as many as they thought, right? No, not 300 per floor, 300 per section on the floor. That's different. Yeah, there was at least 600 people there, probably like 900 people, and maybe over the time, maybe they had over 1,000 people register, and not everybody was there, or just people, not everybody was there at the same time. Because that's one thing about conferences is not every speaker that they put up there and every talk that they're doing is something that you're necessarily going to be interested in. So not everybody is at every single talk or presentation, right? So the main ones, the big ones, pretty much everybody is there for, because that's that's what we're there for, is to get all the announcements of the platform. So, but yeah, I've never really messed with Elixir, so maybe one of these days. Well, let's just see. Elixir. Programming language. Is it a language or is it a framework? It's a language. Okay. Syntax is very similar to Ruby. Ah, okay. Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of Ruby, to be perfectly honest with you. I've only messed with Ruby on 2 sites. Um, One of them actually was for a local company here, a local restaurant here, actually, and it was not my application. It was something that was built. Um, Phoenix framework. Okay. It was something that was built by somebody else, and our company took it over. And I was a PHP guy, so they're like, "Hey, you could probably figure this out, right?" So, like, I kind of got, as I got into it, I understood a little bit more with all the gems and things like that. But I don't know. It was never something that I really was interested in. So I think this looks like junk. You shouldn't learn this. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it is. It's definitely not something that I hear about a lot. That's for sure, Ming. So that's interesting. I might play with that. I might grab some tutorials on YouTube or something like that and see if I can pick it up pretty quickly. That is one thing about, being a developer for, multiple years and seeing different frameworks, different languages. Once you've gotten good at the basics of programming, you kind of get, or I should say, gotten decent at the basics of programming. Good might be a relative term when it comes to me, but if you once you get decent, you get familiar with it, right? You can usually pick up other languages. So I don't use Go very often at all, actually almost never. But I did learn some Go in one of my jobs for a project that we were building. So there's lots of things that you can learn. This kind of goes back to what I was talking about earlier. You've got to, at some point, you've got to kind of pick a focus and make that, at least for a while, make that what you're good at. For example, Dan is good at Elixir, right? That's his focus. It may not be the biggest thing, but guess what? Just it doesn't mean it's not effective for what you're trying to accomplish, right? Um, I mean, there are still applications built on the framework that I started with called CodeIgniter. Um, and they're perfectly fine, you know. At the end of the day, it really comes down to you and the project you're working on and how well you can develop that project and how well you can build something that provides the answer for the solution for whoever you're working with, so or working for. So I think it's important that we not worry too much about the what that we're using and more worry about making sure that we're using it well, right? So 7 workshops. Ooh. Now that is one thing. So there is something here that Laracon doesn't really do, which I think could be really powerful if they were willing to get a little bit bigger, maybe. And that is doing actual like workshops. Everything at Laracon is a talk. It's not really. It's not designed to be like an actual like hands-on workshop thing. So if you might know, yesterday I mentioned I was out Thursday and I did a talk on AI and using it in business and better prompt engineering and things like that. And but afterwards we did what I would consider an actual like workshop. Like we went through examples and everybody like participated either verbally or they could do it on their machine. It kind of that to me is like what a workshop is, and Laracon doesn't really do anything like that. And that would maybe that's some feedback that I should give to our representative, because we're the company that I work for is a Laravel partner. So maybe I should pass that along. See if anybody wants to do like actual workshops. They do a lot. Not all, but most of the talks have some form of like examples of how they're using the code and things like that. Um, but yeah, I think that would be something that would kind of take Laracon to another level as well. Is to have some opportunities for different workshops. So that would be interesting. Yeah, exactly, Ming. Yeah, after using JavaScript pretty solidly, you can pick up Python, C Sharp. Yeah, and again, even though you're moving from, well, I guess TypeScript's sort of compiled too. We've turned JavaScript into a compiled language. It's sort of so C Sharp, you know, compiled language. There's a little bit of nuances there that I'm not used to dealing with every day, and especially since I'm not coding every day, you know, that makes a difference too. But yeah, I do believe it's much easier to move to something else and to pick up something else and to make yourself. So when you do that, you make yourself more useful to a company by picking up other skills, right? And I think that's super super important. That's something that we look for. We're not necessarily like I'm not necessarily just looking for Laravel developers. I do want Laravel developers because that's the bread and butter of what we do. But I want to find people who have learned other things. Maybe they even started in a different background and they've learned Laravel more recently. Like that's okay, partially because Laravel's so easy to pick up, in my opinion. Hey, what's up, Clawhammer? Good to see you. Hmm. So, because I don't, hey, Clawhammer, did you do? I know you've done other programming languages. We were just looking at Elixir here a minute ago, because that's what Dan does. But I forget. Have you done? What did you do before Laravel? Because obviously you're working on Laravel for me. Let's see. While you answer that, let me look at what Dan was saying. Uh, yeah, I always go to a workshop day for Elixir conference. It's fun. You get to talk to people who create the things you work with. Yeah, that'd be cool. And give some inside baseball on how they're moving forward, how to use their tools, new best practices. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay, so CodeIgniter, Java. CodeIgniter is a framework for PHP, Java, Pascal, Delphi. Yeah, Clawhammer knows everything, man. He's done everything. I knew what you meant, man. I said it right. Is it Delphi or Delphi? I don't know. that He's so Clawhammer is both multilingual in languages, in programming languages, and in real life. uh, he actually knows he knows English, Spanish, Japanese. I feel like there's one more in there. I forget. So there you go. Actually, so you know, if you want to learn Japanese, Ming, you should ping Clawhammer. Exactly. Clawhammer's the grandpa of all languages. Yeah, I should get him on here and have him actually be dev mentor. He'd be dev mentor Clawhammer, dev mentor Claw or something. I don't know. I have to be careful so I don't say his actual name. Nice. All right. So now that we've killed like 20 minutes, yeah, I forget. He's definitely. I think Clawhammer's a little bit older than me, if I remember correctly. Hey, somebody's over on the YouTube side, giving us 100%. Welcome. Jump in the chat. I apologize if you're watching on YouTube live. Jump in the chat. Say hello. Those chats are not popping up on the screen at the moment, but jump in if you have a question, something you want to say. Hey, Rex, good to see you. Man, it's been a long time since I've seen you, Rex. Good to see you. Well, it's been a long time since I've been streaming on YouTube too. So we jumped over and did Twitch. So we're actually streaming on both Twitch and YouTube. So if you want to follow us on Twitch, you can do that too, Rex. But yeah, web dev is tough. Yeah, what are you working on right now, Rex? And I forget. I apologize. It's been a while, but where are you from? And are you a junior dev, or are you somebody that's been in the world for a while? You gave it up. That's not good. Ohio. Okay. Well, I first of all I apologize for Cincinnati losing to Nebraska. Um, I don't know if you care. I don't care either, but the only reason I care is because it keeps popping up on my feed because of the Chiefs, because they were playing at Arrowhead. So, you know, there's that. Let's see. Why'd you gotta film? See, Rex, you can't just drop a bomb like I gave up software development and leave it at that. You gotta tell me what's going on. Oh man, Clawhammer Basic. I forgot about that. Yeah, we should learn Basic on this channel. That would be that would be fun. There was nothing to work on. Mm. Were you just learning, Rex? I forget. I apologize. Is Basic too basic? Okay. Okay. So you need what Rex? What field were you in? Are you more front end, back end, full stack? Was it more like JavaScript stuff? See, now you guys got me drinking coffee a lot faster because there's a lot more conversation. Full stack, okay. What full stack was it? Was it all JavaScript with Node, or were you doing other things too? Oh, interesting. Okay. Government municipality websites. Gotcha. Gotcha. Uh, are those websites typically like give me an example website. I'll take a look at it. Are they typically WordPress websites? Mm-mm-mm-mm. The infamous go-to. Yeah, basic. Basic. I love the word basic because it's in like it stands for something basic in multiple realms, right? I think of this'll make you think I'm even more weird than I am, than you think I do, than you think I am now. I like. Well, I guess this isn't basic in D&D too. So basic is like a language in Star Wars. Um, Julio's watching us on both sides. uh, well, there you go. You just kind of doxed yourself. My bad. That's funny. Um, so basic is in both sides, or both worlds, right? We've got programming language in basic. You've got like languages. I guess it makes sense because they're both languages, right? But it's like the thing that everybody can interact with. Hopefully, the general language, so to speak. Yeah, except nobody learning code right now is learning basics, so it doesn't really work in that way. Hey, welcome to the other stream, Rex. Now you can get all of your chats over on the YouTube or on the chat. I can't even speak. Get them on the screen now. So there you go. But yeah, so in Star Wars, like the RPG, I think even technically, I'm trying to remember if I've heard the term basic used in any of the Star Wars stuff. I haven't seen all the Star Wars stuff, especially since Disney took over it. I feel like I've heard basic mentioned though, and maybe the Mandalorian or something like that. But yeah, exactly. Everyone come to Twitch and hit the follow button. If you're not a follower, hit the follow button. Actually, yeah, do it, Rex. Do it right now. Hit the follow button so we can hit 10 followers. We need 10 followers so we can finally hit our goal on our thing. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Oh my. It still shows a couple. Oh, okay. Now there's nobody watching on YouTube anymore. Good times. If you are watching on YouTube, or if you happen to pick this up on YouTube, hit the like and subscribe button over there too. Everyone calls Dave youthful grandpa. No, just you, Ming. Just you. There is an emoji though for Grandpa Dave. If you want to find that, you can do that. To 144, stuck at 1080. Yeah. Were you higher on YouTube? That's interesting. Because my resolution on YouTube is always worse. Maybe it's because, yeah, my quality is only like 480 on YouTube. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe Rex is just too new to it. I don't know. That's odd because Clawhammer has 2,000. I don't I don't know how any of that stuff works, to be honest with you. I don't do a whole lot of streaming of other people. I mostly just stream myself. Although I have been told we need to find... Okay, so I've been told that we need to do a raid, I think it's called. Let me see if I can find... So we could raid another channel when we're done here. But I need suggestions for channels to raid. Excuse me. So if anybody has any suggestions for a channel, maybe it's just a tiny channel like us, or or just a channel that you guys like, let me know. And one of these days, maybe even today, maybe today we will raid. We'll raid today. I don't know. We'll see. Yay! 10 followers! Woohoo! Is there like anything I can like push and make cool things show up? I don't think so. See, I can't even figure out how to do fun things, let alone. Yay! 10 followers! Woohoo! And 5 concurrent viewers. Look at that. We are just rolling today. Awesome. All right, so I'm double fisting it here with the coffee and the water. Dan, hashtag influencer. Right. Yeah, that's what it is. That's awesome. What are you saying? Yuck to my water chased by coffee? Well, problem is I'm running low on coffee. I think it's starting to kick in though, because I'm getting really jittery. That's funny. Okay, so one of the things that we've been what we started working on last week, I was hoping was going to be a quick project because I wanted to use it yesterday, or use it on Thursday when I did my AI presentation. But that that did not happen, and it's probably going to take more than this week as well. But I think it's an interesting little project to work on. It's something that uh, maybe I'll even make a little bit bigger. I'm already thinking of other things that I may want to actually like do some slide creation. Maybe even, maybe we could even like input some prompts for AI to build out slides for it. I'm starting to think about this even more. This is interesting. Um, Anyway, what we're building for those who are new, what we're building is it was originally just a very simple presentation software. Scope always gets blown out of the water on these things, especially when you're not being paid for it. So there's that. But we're building a presentation software. The goal of it is a lot of times when you have like a presentation software, you have like a timer on it, and there's just one timer for the whole presentation. But sometimes you want to be able to set a specific you want to be able to set a specific time length for each like section or grouping of the different pieces of your presentation. And so I wanted to kind of build something in there so that you yeah, so I actually was playing around here. I'll show you. Banana Nano. So I went over to Google Gemini. This is something else here. So I was trying to do a quick thumbnail for Friday's live stream, and I was trying to do something around like what was the, so basically I gave him a photo of me, right? Yay, there's a photo of me. Oh, these stupid guys. All right, ban. Goodbye. All right. So I gave him a photo of me. This is yeah, anyway, we won't talk about that. But then because I wanted my, any good YouTube thumbnail has to have a photo of the person who's in the YouTube video, right? So I gave him a photo of me, and I said I need a thumbnail for YouTube. This was not a very good prompt, to be perfectly honest with you. But basically, I wanted to test out this banana image generator. And oh, you can't see that because of the chat. But anyway, so I asked it, what else it needed, blah, blah, blah. This is the first thing it came up with. It didn't even use my image. It just kind of, it didn't give me a 16:9. Like it was not very good. It was kind of frustrating. So we did a little iteration, and this is the next thing that it came up with. It's all still not thumbnail sized. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is my actual background. It's the green screen. Good call, Ming. So then I was like, give me a job post with an X, try to be more specific about what I was looking for. I don't know what all this stuff is, but it's I think it's like a newspaper job post, right? I think that's the goal. Like it tried to give me like a newspaper job description, what do you call those? I mean, it's a posting, but classified. It tried to give me a classified page, and it didn't do a very good job of that either. So I was like, well, that's better, but let's play around with it a little bit more. So then I got this thing, which is actually pretty decent if you don't try to read any of the words. Obviously, the words are not real, but that's not too bad. I need to get rid of the chair out of it, and that's like those are. I just noticed this. I'm sorry. Look how big those hands are compared to me. Compared to. Oh, I didn't notice this earlier, but that is a massive hand. Like, okay, so here's my hand compared to my face, right? That thing has got to be at least as big as my head, if not bigger. Like that is just That's massive. All right, sorry. So that just caught me funny. Oh man. Okay. Basketball hands, yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness. But this is actually closer, right? Yeah, see, all the things that you never knew about me that AI is just revealing. It's good times. But it is interesting. So this brought up some interesting points. So then I was like, can you not do this in 16:9 ratio and remove the border? And it's like, here, I did it for you. I'm like, well, no, all you did was move a hand. um, so, and it's kind of funny, like if you look at the wrinkles don't quite line up right over here because of the hand. I don't know. It's funny. Anyway, like it sort of did. Yeah, it took one away. It took a hand away. So it sort of did a decent job, right? But again, I think you just have to, start to give me some help here, like this. Let's do. Let's just say this and see what it comes up with. But it was helping me write some better, hopefully better prompts. So we'll see if it comes up with a better image now that I've given it a prompt that it thinks that I should be using there as well. So I was doing that earlier. I was using. See, it's still not. What? See, this is the problem with generative AI. It's going to do something new almost every time. And it's often going to be things that you don't want it to do. Yeah, and we still have, so it's still not 16:9. So that's just annoying. Anyway, I don't know if I actually use that or not, but I was playing around with that Clawhammer. So there you go. There's my foray into Nano Banana for you today. So anyway, back to what we were doing. We're building out this platform for managing our presentations. And as I was doing this, I was looking at it, I was like, this, I feel like I've done better stuff with the startup, with the Laravel startup before. And I finally realized that the main difference is usually I use the wrapper for like the main dashboard page, right? This is kind of the base UI for Laravel starter kits, and so I realized this is why things looked really funky before. So I'm gonna see if I can pull that in to our layout here, because I think, if I remember correctly, I think we might have actually created a layout without intending to. But let me look at, so here's the dashboard. I'm going to try to bump this up a little bit here for you guys. Hopefully you can see that pretty well. If that doesn't work for you guys, let me know and I'll bump it up a little bit more. Okay, so we've got our app layout. This is the thing that I was looking for, right? So app layout, if I pop this over into let's get rid of all this stuff. Oops. Okay. Nope. Here we go. Okay. I want presentations index. Ow, man. I'm replacing the back of one of my kids' iPhones, and because they got all cracked with glass, and I think I got a little glass in my hand. Okay, so in here, I want to do this app layout, and I think we need to pull that in, right? Import app layout from layouts. Oh, hang on. There we go. Breadcrumbs. We don't have any breadcrumbs. We'll just do, well, okay, we can do that for now. And okay, so we've got app layout wrapping everything else here. So let's go to our presentations, not create. Boom. Okay. Whoa, that really messed things up. That's awesome. So we're still using, so we've got this kind of breadcrumb thing up here. That's cool. I'm going to add, let's go in and add, because I actually have some ideas for some dashboard things later on. So there you go. Yeah, thanks, Clawhammer. Laravel uses templates for the front end. Uses some if you're using blades or specific starter kits. Yeah. Hey, Clawhammer, did you say they actually did come out with a starter kit for blade only templates? I don't know if you saw that. All right, let's add a layout, app layout, sidebar layout. All right, so. Okay, so we need to find the app sidebar layout in our app layout. App layout, off layout. Hang on, hang on. This is where things get a little crazy. Layout.view. You know the easy way to do this is look for dashboard. Search dashboard. Let's see. App header, app sidebar, dashboard.view, welcome.view, main nav items. Okay, so app sidebar.view. Where is this located? It's in the components. Okay. So app sidebar.view. We're going to, I don't want this stuff here. Actually, no, I'll just take it out. Sidebar. Footer nav items. We just won't do that. If I remove that, that gets rid of that stuff that, oh, I don't want to get rid of that. Hang on. Because I do want the user stuff, nav user. I just don't want the nav footer section. There we go. So now we still got our user built in. That's good. Oh, you can't see that anyway. Yeah, that's true. Livewire is technically a blade as well. I'm going to, while I'm on this screen, I think I'm going to turn off the chat just so you guys can see the full screen. Try that. There we go. Actually, hang on. Well, I still want to be seen, and maybe even a little bit bigger. See, I'm just doing all sorts of stuff here. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'm doing it anyway. There we go. Okay. All right. I think that's a little bit better for showing the screen. I'm gonna find some other ways to do this. But anyway, okay. So I had accidentally deleted this down here, so now this is still here, which you had not seen before at all, probably because of the chat thing. All right. So let's go back over here. Let's add. We don't really need this since we're not using this at all. Let's add a new item here. I don't need documentation, but that's easier. Okay. And I don't need, so this is, it's going to be our presentation. And this will be presentations. And, what would be a good, let's see, what are we using? We're using Lucid View Next icons. Let's take a look at those. Lucid View Next icons. Where's the actual icons? I just want a list of icons. Icon list. Okay, probably still not what I'm looking for. View all. Okay. This is what I want. So I want, is there anything for a presentation? Yeah, let's do this. I like this. Actually, presentation. What do you know? It's shocking All right. Uh, Presentation. It probably is a capital. Presentation. Presentation. And I don't need the icon one. I just need this. And why is that? Oh, hang on. It likes strings. And we have an extra one there. Boom. Get rid of these guys. All right, let's see what we have. All right, so we've got dashboard and presentations. Presentations goes to the right page. Very good. That's what we're looking for. Let's see. Let's deal with some of this messiness here. I am not a Tailwind guy. Okay. So we've got our index.view. Max width 7XL, max width auto. Is that what is actually causing the problem here? That's the big question. This is what's causing the problem. Max width 7. Is that the problem? Yeah, all right. All right. What would be a good what's a good, let's see, margin 2. Let's give a little bit more. Margin 4. That's a little bit better. I like that. Okay. And should we do a max width? I don't know. Let's do max width 12 XL. Does that do anything? 12? Nothing on the 12? Let's try 10. Is it like this? What am I doing wrong? 10 XL? Well, we had 7 a minute ago. And again, this is my lack of... Well, 7 actually works there. Maybe it was that max auto thing that was messing it up. That's interesting. Okay. I actually kind of like this. So that works for me. Okay. So we've got these things. Let's add a button for creating a new one. Up here. Let's see. Button. Let's see what it wants to create. Let's try that. Create presentation. All right. I want it on the right. Would that do anything? Nope. Good old Tailwind. Nope. Anybody know what it is? It is very fiddly. I'm not a huge fan, Legend, but it's like somehow Tailwind has become the CSS of the masses, so it's very annoying. Let's see. How do we... Here we go. This is what we do. We come over here, we go to Claude, and we say, make the button on the right. Make the button be right aligned in line with the header. Boom. I'm all about using CSS, using what is this? Whatever this is. Okay, let's copy this and see what it does. And our formatting, I don't know why my formatter's not working. Oh, let's see. There we go. That worked. Well, okay, so what did it do? Let's see. We added a div with flex. Okay. Justify between. Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay. That makes sense. I see what it did. Okay, that makes sense. So we added flex around it, justify between, item center, and that just pushed them to the extremes. So excellent. Okay, so now we need to make sure that that button actually goes somewhere, and maybe we should have just done an href. See if the button's still there. It is. Okay. So that is all set up. And let's click create new presentation. Awesome. All right. So we've got a new presentation. This is interesting. I haven't thought about schedules. There you go. That might be something that we add in here. Let's see. And we can even track potentially how often you do a specific presentation. So that might be cool. Okay. Let's see. So I want to get this set up on the create presentation file. So we need to do app layout there. So create. And we're gonna get rid of this guy because that's gonna mess us up. App layout. Title. Breadcrumbs. So here, I probably should just do the breadcrumbs up here. Const breadcrumbs. Oops. Okay, so we got title presentations, and then we've got create presentation. All right, and we'll use that here with this guy and tell it that we're passing in a variable. Excellent. All right, and we need to close that app layout. And we've got that pulled in. There we go. Okay, let's see. Okay, a little bit better. We need to add our, in this guy we did M-4, I think. That's a little bit better. All right, so creating a new presentation. Oh, interesting. So I've never really delved into the whole Tailwind thing. I guess in many people's view, everything's a component, so maybe that's why they use it everywhere. I don't know. Okay, so we've got our create new presentation. If we can go back to our presentations via the breadcrumbs here. Kind of nice little feature built in automatically. Now let's do the edit, and we need to do the same thing here. So I'm going to copy this and go into our edit file and put that here. And actually, we're going to do edit. Actually, I don't even want to do edit. I'm going to do the name of the presentation. So I want the props dot presentation dot title. Oops. Hang on. What did I do? Props. I don't want an href in that because I don't think it's required. There. Oh, nope. Nope. Come on. So I don't need. Why is it doing all this extra junk? Here we go. I don't need any of that. And honestly, we could probably do this to make it a little bit easier to read. And then here we could do presentation dot title. Tell it we're passing in a variable. Oops. There we go. There we go. Edit presentation. Should we put the title in here too? Sure, why not? Why not? Boom, that works. Okay, and we need to import the layout. Oh, I can't do it that way. Import app layout, very good. All right, let's see what we got over here. Element is missing into, oh, it's because we didn't add it. App layout, boom. Okay, come on. There we go. All right, so we've got our title. All right, this is AI presentation. All right, we need to change this to minutes at some point too. So, and do the translation on the back end. Post is not supported. All right, we'll figure that out here in a minute. Okay. So we've got our presentations. We can come forward, go back. This is the actual presentation that we're working on. Excellent. So I'm just doing navigation stuff right now. So there, that's why I prefer MUI. Yeah, MUI is all right. We're actually using that on a project. Not the one that Clawhammer's on, but we're using it on a project. But it is being heavily modified too, by the way. So mostly because of its current design is not necessarily a design that we want in whatever it is that we're building. So there you go. Okay, so we've got this laid out. Let's go to our presentation sections. So we need to do the same thing that we did. We need a button, right? So we need a button for our presentation sections to be able to create a new one, and we need to add some actions in here. So let's go to that. Here's our sections. In our edit screen, we need, let's go to our index file. I'm going to copy this because I like to copy things. And let's see, presentation sections. Bada bing. We can pull that back a little bit. All right, so this is going to presentations. Presentation ID sections create. Very good. I love it when AI is helpful. Probably want a different. I don't think I want blue. I want is gray a thing? I don't think it's a thing. Unless I spelled it wrong. Is it supposed to be AY? Oh, there we go. Okay. Did I just miss it before? Maybe not. Let's try 300. Yeah, it's a little bit nicer. And then text gray 900. I like that. Boom. Okay, very good. Hover. I don't want the hover. Hover BG gray. See, I'm starting to get it a little bit here. That's kind of gross. BG gray 500 with hover BG dash. I'm sorry, not BG. Text dash white. There we go. That's a little bit better. Then we can get rid of this. Where's this other one? Oh, this guy here. There we go. All right, and let's give this whole section let's see. We're going to give this a little bit of margin here on the top, but wrap it all. I probably could have just done it It's so annoying. I don't know why my formatter's not working. Let's do class equals margin top 8. Better. Okay. So we've got our table. We can create a new section that's going into this presentation. Number 1, sections create. We'll get to that here in a second. And then let's do, we need the actions button. So again, I'm going to steal that from our index over here. Bloop. Oh, don't do that. Control C. There we go. Okay. Edit view. And down here, hang on a second. Presentation ID, body, actions. We've got something in here. It's not, why isn't this showing? That's interesting. Huh. Let's just try this. Presentation ID. Okay, so we're using our route. This is one thing we really should be using this everywhere because we're using inertia, and inertia gives us through, I think it's Ziggy, gives us the ability to use actual route endpoints. So really we should be doing that instead of hard coding all of these. Let's do this. So let's go. This actually we can copy. I'm sorry, Clawhammer. I know you're gonna give me grief for this later, but yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go up here. The action should be a route, and it's gonna be presentations.edit for this one, and oops, ID. All right, so theoretically that'll work later. But this one, okay, so this one is going to be a little bit different. We're going to need to create a route, and we should have a route for this. Let's check our web. So we should have a route that is sections.edit. Now, sections.edit, I believe, should pull in a presentation and a section. So let's take a look here. So I should do this. Stop. Sections.edit. And then I should have, I believe, an array. Correct me if I'm wrong. For presentation.id and section.id. I think that this is correct. Oh no, this would be, sorry, this would not be, this would be sections.create, because this is the create button. My bad. And then down here, we are going to want to have the edit right here. Laravel routes with Ziggy. I think we're using that on our project, by the way, Clawhammer. The ID, bada bing, bada boom. All right, what is this complaining about? Oh, it wants a type probably. Href string. Okay, so oh, it wants a string. Href. Well, it doesn't like, oh. All right, we got rid of that problem. Okay, so refresh. Why is our button not showing up here? That's what I want to know. Let's see. Well, let's see if our create section works. It does. Okay. So our routing works. So we're using Ziggy routes. No. So actually, with inertia, that we're using the same routes. Uh, so inertia uses Ziggy to pull in the actual route names for the actual web routes from this other side. So if we go back, let's go back to our index, and here we've got presentation. So we have it there. I need to add it here. So here we go. We'll do route presentations dot create, and I don't need an ID for that one. We should still be able to go to presentations and go to create. We can. That's good. This one already uses the routes nomenclature, so that's good. All right, so that part's good. In create, let's update our form actions to be a route. Presentations dot store. I think that's right. Let's look at our web. Store presentations.store. That'll return this route. Should work fine. We'll check it out later. Breadcrumbs title. href. Boom. Because I think let's come up here. I don't want, if it doesn't have, if it has an empty string, yeah, it should be fine. Okay, there we go. All right, so we should have all of our routes working, except for some reason we don't have an edit route here. That's annoying. Why is the edit route? We have, obviously we have sections. What's this complaining about? Use page. All right. And let's see, app sidebar. What's this complaining about? Nav footer. Excellent. Go away. Got to get rid of all the squigglies, you know? Okay. So we've got our edit view. This is our edit for our presentation. We've got our section list, which we could break this out into its own component. I don't necessarily want to do that. We'll just put it here and just for now. So we've got the ability to go to create presentation sections. We've got our table head, table body, title limit. So we got our body and we got our row in the table, row in the row. Uh-oh, is this what our, nope. So this is showing up and this is showing up. But for some reason, oh, this is why. We've got an extra TD in here. No, we don't. No, we don't. It's just not. That should be fine. Why? Oh, is it because we don't have link pulled in? I think this is a. Nope. It's up here. Boom. There it is. See what happens when you don't pull in the right the things that you're using? All right, so now we've got links. We should be able to link to here. Excellent. All right, let's go to our edit page. Well, our create page as well probably doesn't have the wrapper. No, it doesn't. Okay, so let's look at our presentations, or look at our sections. Where's our sections? Sections. Create. We're going to pop in here with our copy paste stuff again. Copy paste here. Oops. We need to copy paste the script tag too. And we need to do the same thing on the, oh, edit doesn't exist at all. There you go. All right. So we've got props. This should be props const props equals Define props. Very good. And so we've got presentations, and this will actually be, we should put the routes here. Yeah, we should put the routes here too. Route. So this would be presentations dot edit and props dot presentation ID. There we go. This would be, do I need to do that? No, probably not, because it's inside the href. It's inside the JavaScript. So we'll do route presentations dot index. Pretty sure that's what it is. I think that's, let's look at our routes again. Web routes, presentations.index. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We're good. So presentations. I mean, that's pretty standard. So you'd think that's what it would be. All right. So presentation.index, app layout is not pulled in here. So import app layout. And let's see. We need to add that down here. Okay, presentation. That all looks good to me. And then we'll add another one. So this will be what we're currently doing. Title, create section, and blank. Okay. All right, so we've got dashboard presentations. We've got our create new section. Presentation, we've got our presentation name. We could go back to that if we wanted to. So that's good. Excellent. I like this. Okay. Create a new section, and then editing the section will be a slightly different form. Is there anything else that we would need? We'll add some more content to this eventually. Anyway, again, I know this is taking us a while, but we've really only worked on this for like 3 hours total. Probably less than that with all conversation and stuff like that. And nowadays, there's something really cool called Boost. So if you are using an AI editor, there's a thing called Laravel Boost. Laravel Boost is an MCP server that basically gives you, it looks at all of your packages that are installed. It looks at the version numbers, and if it has documentation for those, then it will pull in rules to help AI write better Laravel code for your Laravel application. So I don't remember, did I install Boost here? So MCP stands for Model Context Protocol. And basically what that means is it's giving a protocol, right, or a set of rules that provide context to your model. So if you're coding with AI, one of the things that we recommend when you're working with AI is that you give context around what you're building and not just asking it to do something, right? You want to give context so it understands what framework it's working in. What does your code base look like? What are maybe some programming requirements that you have of your developers that or what's not the word, requirements isn't the word I'm looking for. Standards. There's another word that's I'm losing at the moment. So, but anyways, it helps provide context, and it helps give more information to the LLM so that it writes better code specifically for what you are for what you're trying to get it to do. So what the MCP from Laravel does is it gives your AI more context around kind of the normal way that you write Laravel code, how the code is structured, how generally based on standards, Laravel standards, it's there to provide context for your LLM. That helps with hallucinations. It helps with your LLM not doing as much bad coding. And I don't remember, I thought I put it in here, but I could be wrong. It's a dev dependency though, so it would be in here, and I don't see it, so I have not put it in there. But what it does, if you're using like Claude Code or something like them, then it really helps. It gives good context for what you're actually developing. So, okay, Laravel presentation, Laravel starter kit. Okay, man, this just I hate this. So this is little things, but they drive me crazy. I wonder, can I don't know. You can tell me if this is where I change that. It's been a long time. Dave's presentation software. Really? Ugh, good grief. Test at example.com. Test. Oh no, it's password. PASSWORD. There we go. Okay. And I could change this to, I won't do that right now. Dave's presentation software. Boom! That just rolls off the tongue so much better than Laravel. All right, so we've got our dashboard, we've got our presentations. We can now go to all these places. I think the only thing that we're missing now is an edit screen on... why is this going... Why is that going to create? Let's see. Hang on. So we've got our presentations. Edit. Down here, it's going to sessions.edit. That's what we're looking for. And I don't think we have... Edit doesn't have anything in it. Okay, so let's get stuff put into edit. Honestly, let's just copy create for now. And then we will do this. Props.section.title. Okay, so let's think about what we're passing in here. We are passing in a section. Are we passing in a presentation as well, or should we be getting it from here? I think we get it from here. Let's try it. Okay, so we're getting, because the section, it should be getting a section from the back end. So let's take a look at that. Section controller. We're not really using store, we're using edit. Should be getting the section ID and sending the section to our front end. Okay, so we should be able to do that. We're getting the prop section. So this should be section dot presentation dot title. This would be, all right, let's update our, oh, did we not update? What is this? Let's, hang on. We missed a form. Something's not right. How did that happen? Edit.view, form action. Why is this like this? We copy pasted from create, didn't we? Do create new section. I'm so confused. Oh, hang on. That's because we messed up here. Ha! I opened up the other one. So this needs to be a route. And this would be sections.store. And this is going to need a presentation. Props.presentation ID. There we go. So that has form action. Any other routes in here? No. Good. Okay. Now we should be good. This one's going to be longer though. So we've got route. This should be sections dot update and section ID. Actually, we should be able to just send. So let's think about this. We're looking at just sending the section ID, which means that we'll need to change where our route is located. Because right now, our post route, our store route is in here, but our update route is in here. If we're dealing with just the section, do we want to just have the section controllers outside? I'm just trying to think from a routing perspective. Creating, storing. Nice. I haven't done anything with Code Wars. I would be way too afraid to do that because I would fail miserably. Let's see. I'm going to do this. So anything that is section specific that doesn't have to rely on this prefix, I'm going to remove. So that would be show, edit, update, and destroy. And we'll just know on the controller side we need to route back to a presentation most likely. All right, so I'm going to move these guys out. Even though we're not using show, we've got the routes there. Okay, so this way, this should work. So let's take a look at our section controller. This really shouldn't matter. We're just sending the section. So all that should work. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, I think we're good there. Let's test it out. So we've got our edit.view sections and title, time limit, order. We need to add content here. So let's take a look at our edit from our presentations. We've got our form, which is a reactive, and we'll add that in here. This will be section form needs to come in from it's just a constant. Oh, it's not being used yet. Okay. So we need, where's reactive coming from? View. Thank you. Okay, so form. And then in here, we want our V model. There we go. So we'll do that. There's probably a right way to do this, and I don't remember. So we'll just do this for title. This for time limit. All right, and then we've got order, and then we've got content. So we need to add those here. Order and time limit, order and content. Bada bing. Okay, so theoretically all that will be loaded. And let's see, we'll do test again. Nothing. What in the world? Now our routing's all messed up. Uh-oh. What did we do? What did we do? Something's not right. Okay, hang on. I think our little escapade in the web messed something up. All right, so we've got presentations. Presentations should take us to presentations.index. Let's try the dashboard. All right, and let's open up Inspector. Presentations. Okay, we got there. Tests. Oh, something weird was going on. Maybe something got cached. Okay, so this is going to 1/edit. That's not what we want. We want prefix sections. That's what we're missing. Okay. So refresh this guy. Now it's going to sections /1/edit. I don't know what this thing is for. Let's see. Sections.edit. Sections-edit. Why is it adding a query to that? That's interesting. Hang on. Oh, because we need to change this. Hang on. So we're just sending the section ID because we don't need the presentation information. There we go. Okay, let's try that now. Oh my goodness. Okay. Boom. Boom. Come on. And boom. Does not like something. Ziggy error presentation.edit parameters required for route. What? Props up presentation. Oh, so edit presentations. Props.section. Presentation. Where is it complaining about this? Dashboard. Dashboard line 42. That's not helpful. Let's clear this. Go to our dashboard. Okay. Nothing here. Presentations. Nothing there. Edit. Edit. All right. So it's something about the breadcrumbs it doesn't like. Let's do this. Console.log. Whoops. Nope. Nope. Console. Log. Section. Props.section. Maybe we're not getting presentation ID. Ah, okay. Hang on. Hang on. Let's go to our. I'm pretty sure Clawhammer's gonna beat me up for this. I don't know how to do this. Let's do section equals. Or can I just do like load? I think I can do load, can't I? Load presentation. Oops. Let me know, Clawhammer, if that'll work. That doesn't seem to work. Let's see. How do I get the presentation? So I've got the. Am I in the wrong place? Hang on. Show. Hang on. We're in edit. Let's see if that makes a difference. There we go. That makes a difference. Helps you put in the right place. So it was missing. So if we look at our object here, it was missing the presentation relationship, right? So we have that relationship on the back end, but it doesn't automatically send it. At least not the way that we're doing this. So we're using something that's called auto binding. So by naming the class here in our method parameter, we have we're telling it, hey, auto bind the number that comes back and pull that actual setting, right? So we're doing an automatic binding, but that does not automatically load the relationship that we want, right? So we had to tell it to load the relationship as well. Yeah, exactly. That's right, Dan. It's going to be more expensive, so that's why they don't do it on. That's why they don't do it naturally. You have to tell it to do it. So there we go. Okay, took me a second, but we figured it out. All right, so we've got our content here. We can edit that. Let's change the title of this. Edit. Edit section. Get rid of this guy. Okay, sections update. Now the big question, will it update? And when it updates, what will it do? So let's look at our controller. So on update, it's wanting to redirect to sections.index. What I want to do is redirect to presentations.edit, and I want to pass in the section presentation, right? I think that should work. Let's test it. And save. Post method is not supported for route section/2. Route section/2. That doesn't make any sense. Let's take a look here. Here's our web routes. Oh, prefix sections. That's why. Hang on. Sections.update. Well, that should be working. Sections.update. I'm confused. What is the problem? Test again, blah, blah, blah. Body, header. We're sending a post to section/2/edit. That's not what we want. We want, why is that going to edit? Hang on. We want update. It should be going to update. Sections.update. Maybe I need to do, hang on. I need to do, it's update. Let me do this. PHP artisan, optimize. What? Oh, artisan. That would be helpful to spell it right. All right, let's see if it works now. Why is it trying to go to edit? Form, action, route. Should be update. All right, hang on. Let's see if we can figure this out. So let's look at our form. Sections 2, method post. All right, so sections, section 2. Oh, it's put. Ha, that's why. There you go. That'll do it. Let's come back over here. So, um, let's see. How are we doing that over on the edit side? Have we not tried that? We're going to presentations edit with the presentation ID. Now that's interesting. Why are we not using update? We must not have tested the presentation update. Interesting. Okay, so we could do a put. Let's see. I don't remember how to do this. Let's because you can't just put in the method, I don't think. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna ask Claude. New chat. How do I make this send via put? But I'm editing. It should be push. It should be putting. Let's see. Can you do put? I didn't think you could do put. Oh, well, let's try it. Maybe I'm just an idiot. I mean, let's be honest. We know I'm an idiot, but let's see. Let's see if it works. Look at that. Look at that. I did not realize that you could use put. Let's do 500 just so we can see the change. Test again, 500. Okay, wow. I'm an idiot. Let's go change the other one because I bet the other one doesn't work either. And it's using the wrong, oops, it's using the wrong thing. So this should be update. Debate, update. There we go. All right. Well, now things are working. It's only been 3.5 hours of work, and we've got it mostly there. Inside a decent looking layout. That's cool. I like that. That's working out well. Let's see if that's order number 3. Let's create a new one and give it order number 2. New one. 2. This is the new one. Save. It pops it in at number 2 because we're telling it to order it when we pull them in. Excellent. All right. So there's still one more thing that we need to do. Let's start with our presentation sections table. And that is adding in another link for drum roll. Anybody know what we're going to do? It's not that complicated. Honestly, it's pretty quick once you know how things work. It's the same with everything, right? The better you know how something works, the easier it is. So we're going to delete. This should be destroy, I think. Section.id. Let's do this. You're just replacing view router with inertia routes in Laravel's web router. Yeah, exactly. We're letting them handle all of it. Okay, so in my list here is a delete, but I want delete button in view.js, but I want a confirm before. How do I do that? All right, have a good one, Dan. Thanks for jumping on. Oh, there's an at click. Interesting. Let's try that. I like that concept. Boop, boop, boop. Do we need the confirm though somewhere? Right? Yeah, here we go. Do. I don't want router.delete. Confirm. Maybe I don't want that. Hang on. I just want the basic. Does not exist on type. I don't understand what your problem is. All right, so at click. Does not exist on type. Let's ask Claude. What's going on here? Window.confirm could do that. I guess window.confirm is it. All right. Window.confirm. It doesn't even know what window is. Let's see what it says. We're in Laravel. Probably just need to add it to our app.js. Laravel and view and inertia. Let's see. Global this as any? What? Declare global confirm message. Recommend option 2. Use router.delete. I don't want to use router. I don't want to use the router. All right. Well. Click.prevent. Handle delete. Okay, well. Let's try it. 3 router. And down here, we'll add this. Handle delete. Props. Dot section. Oh no, we'll have to pass this in. So this will be section. Section. We don't have one for that. We'll just do object. Stop it. I don't need your help. Go away. Thank you. Let's see. Handle delete. Down here. Now, this said, when it put it in here, click.prevent. So let's add that. Handle delete section. This comes through. Yes, it does. Don't worry about it. Okay, sections.destroy. All right, let's try it. It doesn't like that ID, but we're going to at least see if it'll work here. So we've got a delete button. We'll refresh it again. Let's remove the third one. Are you sure I want to delete this section? Yes. Oh, and it failed. Sections.index is not defined. Oh, that's because, okay, let's go back to our controller. It's because we're trying to redirect to something that doesn't exist. We want to do the same redirect down here that we're doing here. There we go. And now it's gone. Let's create a new one just for fun. So we can delete it again and delete. Okay. Hey, that works. Let's reload. It's gone. Okay, cool. So we've got that, let's look at doing deleting presentations. So we will grab this, handle delete. Let's go up to our index file. And we need router pulled in from there. And then handle delete. Destroy presentation ID. And on here. Yep. You started doing it. There we go. Handle delete. Presentation. Delete. There we go. I don't know what all this junk is. That's annoying. Okay. And that should be good. Okay, let's see. What's it complaining about? Element tag is missing. Oh. So that's all good. Still have this. So this is a presentation. Just so we don't get things messed up. Presentations.destroy. Excellent. Delete this presentation. Oops. All right. All of that should be good. Presentation ID. Okay. Now, let's go to our presentations list. We've got a delete button. Now, hang on. It should go back to our thingamajig. Presentations destroy. We'll go in here. Destroy goes to route presentations index, so that should be fine. Excellent. Notice we're deleting the presentation now. Something that we did before is we added in our migration for the sections that if the presentation is deleted, we're going to cascade that delete on the section. So we don't have any sections on this one, I don't think. Nope. So it doesn't really matter. But if we did look at our database after doing this, it would delete all of them. So let's delete this. Boom. Delete that. Boom. Okay. So now we're getting to a place where this is actually useful. Excellent. One other thing that I think I want to do on this, maybe we'll do this next week. I think if I'm here next week, is update the time limits to actually be more like actual minutes instead of using the milliseconds here, but have it still store it in milliseconds so that we pull it out and store it correctly. So I think we'll do that next week. But we've got basic foundation of the application together. We've got the presentations, the sections, all that stuff works, and yeah, I think we will add some more stuff to this as we go. So we'll keep doing this for a few weeks. There you go. React routing is way simpler. Only if you're using like Next. By the way, what was you said something about a background clawhammer. I don't remember what that was. Was it this one? I don't know. Edit. Save. I don't know. But all of our breadcrumbs are working. All of the save button. Because of it. Oh, because it's in this background area. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, we can argue about that on Tuesday. Let's React just uses React Router and the rest is all straightforward. Yeah, but it's only front end routing, right? So what we're doing is we're not just doing front end routing that's in the browser. Because yeah, Clawhammer's right. Like Vue has the same thing. We're making sure that the routes that we have are actually reloading the page. I mean, you don't have to with inertia, but it's actually hitting real routes on the back end with Laravel. And so we can use the same routing structure in both places easily. And that's what Ziggy does is Ziggy allows you to pull in um, your route structure from Laravel and use the same routing concepts, named routing concepts. So you don't have to hard code routes, but you know that your routes are always in sync with your back end routes. Uh, so it kind of allows you to manage all your routing in one place. Um, Whereas if you're doing just a pure front end like Vue router or React router, you are then going to have to manage your file structure on the front end differently. And again, we're doing this all in a monolithic application. So we want everything to be kind of laid out from a code standpoint in a single monolithic package instead of having the Vue front end design layouts separate from the back end. It's all one repository. So I think we'll add in some. Yeah, sort of. Yeah, you just have to tell it to do it. But Wayfinder, I feel like there's something about Wayfinder that's even better than it's been a while. I need to go back and watch the presentation again on Wayfinder because Wayfinder was types. That's what it was. Um, so Vue is yeah, it's setting up the types on the front end so that you have the right so that your front end automatically has the right information about your models and your controller properties. So yeah, that's what it is. Um, that's what makes Wayfinder cool. So you put Ziggy in there with Wayfinder, and that really can save a lot of time for your front end devs building out your front end components because they can use and their IDEs know what all those attributes are for the back end, and it can all just be really just defined in one place, and then you run a command and have it copy defined into another place. So anyway, so this is starting to take shape a little bit. It's taken a couple weekends to get it here, but I think next week we're in a place where we can start messing with the time, both updating how it's displayed and how we set it, as well as start looking at doing a countdown timer with some notifications and flashing things like that. That'll take some time probably next week. I need to figure out what I want it to do there, but anyway, so I think we're gonna jump off for today. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for sharing your insights and for helping me find the solutions to certain issues. Clawhammer. And you can tell me everything I did wrong when we talk on Tuesday. So there you go. Have a great weekend. I will see you all probably Tuesday for the workday recap, 4 p.m. Central United States time. As always, if you're watching this later on YouTube, give it a like, thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and hopefully this has at least been informative, if not entertaining, in some form or another. So I'll see you all later. Have a great weekend, especially those who are in the United States that are celebrating Labor Day on Monday. Hopefully you have the day off. So have a good weekend. I'll see you all later.